テープを録音します。これはムースの次のムースの写真集のためです。
What should we start with?
How people respect, how native people respect land and different animals, how you have to treat animals right and stuff.
Well, the biggest part is all the games, like little ones and big ones, like moose, bear, other animals. The really respect for that is like, if, for instance, if you kill moose, you don't let, especially women and girls, walk over the blood, and and there's certain time of the month you don't eat fresh meat, the women's, and that's respecting the land. It's not only the moose so you can get more, but it's mostly the land. Wherever you kill that moose, bear, whatever, that wherever you kill that animal, it's gonna be no more later if you don't respect it. Like there's a good moose lake, good place to hunt other animals, and if you don't treat it right, you just leave the bones on the ground, and when you boil your meat, you just dump it any place, the broth. You always dump it under the spruce tree, and or any kind of willows, where nobody will step. That's so you don't step over whatever part of that moose or other animals. And that's to save the country. And all other animals are the same thing. And then in other hand, whoever killed that moose can get bad luck and not lucky with the animal the rest of his life, you know. He'll get it, but not what you would say lucky. You know, get moose easy or bear. So the main respect is to save that country wherever the animal grow and live.
And okay, he said that they're going to try to do it in try to write it in Dinaka in English. So do you want to say that?
Okay. Yep. Iko an ohid dalka yep akhalaiho. Yep moose deniga beles dalkaji. Kin ihay alai oy ni kharit ni gada aktido hadet holli. So baklahu thola an go yep alklan kun yep don la hujunte bokohunat toga read hook at Holland. That's the main two reasons. You go high told kun you da in another thing, you nurse toddler as claho, yeah? Okazi toddler as claho.
And I hope to like to kun knihalhan Lacon
Lacon, you go have a girl, Lacon Godset. You go hook to whom Stephen is after that. No, you don't Laconia and Lanto. Okay, so these are the like Lacon not tolerant of Anto, got her doctor, got it. So you can now raise to Goda and Pacakan Heat Ashley. The Brazil nourished a hook at the Adi Turtle as that one. And you go a dash to Haste. Yaha kung asinas at the Hula to Haste. Yaka book a gloves coon, Yaka book a be at her slackun, at who you, Zabaka, and Nanazmi.
Go look on Lokabaton laptop.
Equal two. Dok Oyaka, Big asinas at the leader Noka, to who Takaho. In a beast of Godson, just lay after her.
Okay, what she said was that what she said was pretty much which you heard in the English part. But the other thing is that when people kill animals during the winter, and they're dressing out the animal, they stand in snow so that they try to keep the blood away from their clothes, so that when they come home, blood won't drip on the floor and somebody will walk over it, like contaminated.
First thing we,
And
before it thaw out,
yeah, but if they happen to come home with blood on their clothes, before it thaw out, they change their clothes right away. And if somebody wash the blood off the clothes, then right now, there's indoor toilets, and they don't dump the water down the sewer because it'll contaminate with the other stuff. So they take it out and dump it outdoors near the base of the trees where it's clean.
where nobody steps.
That's basically what she said. Okay. Any other?
I will carefully talk about a little bit about long time ago, and when she was
Child.
child, or hunting, when it must be different from this right now. It's much harder how to get the wildlife, how to sometimes kind of severe winter, severe time to
Yeah.
go
You know
through
what
the
he's
winter.
talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Anything different.
Long nilataan halte an ohitastok hodis han kohosta hal kun host se kail nituut hal se kail santa hal kun ahan itasta ja sit uskun hal an joka ju nilaat ho inka halai ju nuidareslat inte toqotenik husla an Attla has Tjekohin to oide dalio. Nisat hoyo isteta ohide dal. Se konisatong has jaka hoyos ni hadi. So it has New York ohide dal. And got nik hula lakun. Jaka hoist hals niftes. Jaka kada of coach and jota hoja. You do dalvakak. 60 miles. Hula panda. Ito ahastas puti ahasteniga ahalay noko kajakarakun kajatnikun tuhun kodeniga kalatsa aho hastas puti inda ala ahit kut hailko odahan it has hoida od uniskete ta deniga atla
And go husla adon gal kun
iko husla adon has hono hokornik igosnatlionka it has the hoskalioho denalo ahaj it has kelya at the lack got ogo no koko buhulan tiniko hulala to hun kohkun ka dihkun so no huila til bakakun and vegishkun it has ilten ahaya
so the that's like Pasat ang kaya.
Nistant
ang kaya.
Nistant an kayan and
Of the rest.
nisuk oho all has ahad itaha derelo
And igo ang ohit dash to whom igo nestent ang ka like tagal igo tiga as lagay ka stop as kick.
ni slok hal kek so hoskal denalo ahad ithas kelyan qah deresta tadagini iko sad ko ha antluhtat ani
Okay, you wanna what she said?
Yeah.
Should I turn this off or leave it on?
Leave it on.
Okay.
Yeah.
What she talked about was when she was a child. By then, there was not no fast motors, so people had to. Well, first of all, people used to only go walking, just by walking and in boat paddling, and so they had to go for days and days, and they had to go long ways to hunt moose. And also, when she was a child, there was no moose in the area, in the Koyukon area, so people had to go miles and miles to hunt moose. And so they would go, in summertime they would go in gas boat, and if they caught moose, then they would have to dry it and then bring it back to the village. And only very occasionally people would catch game. And even before her time, before contact period, she said they heard that her grandparents say only real fast runners and real strong, active people would be able to catch game, because you almost have to catch up to game before you can get it, because you only have to use bow and arrow.
Oh, I see.
And spare. And so people really dependent on real fast runners, and when these some people were fast runners and good, they were able to catch a lot of game.
Oh, I see.
Then they have to share with those that are not catching anything. And during those times that the people who are not very good runners or hunters had a hard time. There was a lot of hard times, and there was also a lot of starvation before people got guns and
Axe.
axe.
I see. It was when I was in Huslia, I was very impressed with the people share a lot of things. People share meat and share. If somebody has got moose, maybe give it. That's we used to have that kind of stuff. Any society, but it's kind of getting,
As more people getting, population getting bigger, it's getting harder. Yeah.
And maybe Catherine can talk a little bit about sharing food.
Yeah. Not.
Iko niska halkek. Needed. Tohat an haldan toho iko. Tinik ono hu delete toho. Tinik alayan. Yakat ika aslaga katlok alkek. Yakabil tasletsko. Huluk at tohkun yaka fish. Luk okun. Tahodik estoy. Diba in the tilt of alkek. Zaan tohat an sakai kun. Yaka diku jaka. You takai alay. Nisa dona dahla kat ahalkek. And right now, nisi badkli in a katli of the hadan. You are down the hot exit. Yaka don sa huzu to have often as talked of.
Okay, what she said was a long time ago, when people catch game, they share the meat with other people who haven't gotten any. And today, the sharing system is still practiced. If somebody catch moose during, when the season first opened, they give some to people who haven't gotten any yet. And another thing is that in the spring, when the fish first come up the river, like salmon, the first person who catch the first salmon cut up the meat and share it with everybody in the community or the camp.
Oh, I see.
And that's for good luck, so that they can have good season with that fish, because you share it with everybody. And also when a young child catches a game for the first time, they give it to somebody who is older, give it to some elderly person, and that is still practiced today. And even if the child is maybe living with his grandmother, he gives to his grandmother and that's also for good luck, so that during their lifetime they'll have good luck with hunting, with game and whatever.
Spring fish is the same.
Spring.
First fish in the
First
spring.
fish.
White fish, pike, any. Shared.
I read a little bit Catherine's book on
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't really see a moose in the book
Mm-hmm.
because the moose is kind of relatively new.
Mm-hmm. The moose is new to the area. It came into the country about the turn of the century, and here and there used to be some. Like I heard stories about people going way up the Koyukon River, that's Attla, way up the Koyukon River to the head of the Koyukon River for moose hunting. And it's not only to get the, maybe I'll let you talk.
Iku moose has no needs. You can don't need hogoni your business. When Nisiak the one is nona you fortune con for that cool the nick hula the tiny hatni and what touch the one is the nick kala the one maybe in 30s is got that the nick yoshu talkla and early 40 con tea. Oh, really, the nick hula. 50s, they got that nick hula.
And ofta har den sett ni huslej då har an hawani
No,
oh
no kind of cadances ni caught the nick.
mhm
Cadances ni is the snicker. Maybe no na hula. Yeah. No na is hola hay the cadances ni at that. Yakashu hot of buhul flat in Alaska.
Canada
Yeah, it's all cool, no need to. Hogoni yohin.
And yeah, so even though that's not a traditional animal, we don't have any stories about it, but we still treat it with respect because it's a big game animal.
What's the Diniki is
Diniga is
Diniga.
Diniga.
And that the clips the kunyo, the nick yambusa, no na here.
Diniki the young moose?
Well, no, it's a dialect difference.
Oh, Diniki or
Diniga.
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 And in some Athabaskan languages they say Dinigi.
Oh, Diniki. I see.
But we say, on the Koyukon River, we say Diniga.
Diniga. When I was in the first year last year, there was a potluck for SEM. I like that when talk about a little bit about the relationship between potluck and the first of all potluck means, and then between the relationship between potluck and dead person.
Oh, go and ni had Iko the like a dances near Katohas. Yaku the bar near the Anito. No, hot for Habaha Hulon. You, you done a watch and that's talk. How to that a call. Yakabab, knows a yes. Has the Yaka a dances near Kato. Yakahabit near her doctor has the Iso, the Nabab and a Hatinaha. So how to that a cost of Oda nohtelik sohqota habaqathuniilqoq sohyaqa qotaatiqqoon tatlikahallyaqa ishabiiya yaqapaapku yaqapaapaq oiliaikku sohyaqa qotaatiqqoon halte inillanoqootit ulquaqatansutniqataq sohqota yaqa habaqaaqtorni yaqa ha'anniqot ofti isyaqa habaqaatqohabqoeqqa soor Kilo habiolqatniqtitolliillaho holtonqo haskun yaqatahani sohyaqa qoqoni halqi aniukun kun hatauhalak ithalte habqoeqqaatsoq eqaltiliat nunqoqaiku kubukun ortohot ikiaho ataltuuhal ortoholtana nuu qatanhuus nuu tanna and mentuus ortohat yaqa istlooyu toon haqatoqa tanaqa people kuntaaq iksan ithal yaqa habqoeqqa habqaatqo yohoni qaatso eqaltiliat yuudavatatalnilaataqa sohyaqa qota habqaanihot oftetaa'an qota sporpi habilqalnihotalli tuus otoqatansutniqata
Okay, what she said was the reason we make memorial potlatch is it goes way back to Adam's your story time, and it's because when people die, their spirit don't leave right away. Their spirit stays close by, like, and so we burn food, just like making offerings for them, feeding them, because where they go, they don't forget our food, even though they have died. They don't forget. They still miss our food because their food is different where they go. So for about a year, we burn food, and then after a year, then a memorial potlatch is made, and all the sewing stuff that is made and distributed is just like the deceased person's clothes. And when you distribute the clothes, just like this person is dressing up in all these different clothes that people have made, and also with the food, when you have potlatch, it's just like sharing the last meal with them. And so then after that, then they leave. You know, it's a kind of like a cutoff there when they go, and it's also like for the safety of those that are behind. So you know, if you don't do things like that, then somebody else might take somebody else with them or something. So there are places where, like Tanana and Mento, where soon after a person have died, they like during the funeral or something, they buy bolts of material and pass those cloths around to the different people. That's like for safety of the people. Or the relatives of the deceased person. And she said that it used to be that way around home too long ago, except that particular practice, we don't do that at home now.
The last year when I was in the potlatch, moose head soup is a kind
It's a delicacy.
delicacy.
So whenever people make potlatch, go ahead, Sean.
So iko nihut oftahalte yaqa tinikitli ulpo atajaqtarsalonaihi so idahalte qalnihalai kini ipavisu tatlik qalniliai kohas yaqa banata tsuq ini anat asniltaahas yaqa ikobaq anihut oye kanili atsallartoqqa soqta qortahaangal kopavisu qoiya yaqatahaniihtikun. I'll ask you a question. We must record that story about nilqoyqoppil hataqtal. We don't got it.
No.
I thought it's among that last ones that's not.
No.
Oh, that's the main first purpose of the short.
I have this story from Uncle Chief Henry, but I don't have your version of it.
Really.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main purpose of what we're doing here. I thought I recorded it. Nilko bi hadach dalini.
Mm-hmm.
Bokong hainad tisha. Her husband just sling her down to the ground, and she got in coma. And here, who they're having potlatch for, she entered that man.
Mm-hmm. It's just like there was a potlatch taking place.
For this special man.
Mm-hmm. And this man and wife got in fight during that celebration of Memorial Potlatch. And he slammed her down on the ground, and she bumped her head, and she got in
She didn't bump her head, just threw her down. She just fell down.
Uh-huh. And anyway, she went into coma, and while she was in coma, her life spirit went to this man's house that they're having potlatch for. And so she stayed there in that house with him, and every day people would bring in food and they would eat, and then they potlatch.
At the end, there was clothes, and that man, not her, it's not for her, so just this man start dressing in all different fancy or new clothes, all brand new. And here, that's the one they're having potlatch with, because they're having potlatch for him. So after that is done, she woke up and she told the story. And that's where that's it.
How long ago?
This is a
Thousands.
real, that's one of those that stories that happened before the remaking of this present world. We call them Adonsidney.
It's one of those that, the way my grandfather told it, okay, it's that kind of story. And here I thought I recorded.
Mm-mm.
Ah.
Let's see how this thing is going.
Catherine,
Mhm.
when I was in Fusia this year, we went back to the forest to put the skin, skin
Mhm.
back to the forest.
Mhm.
Could you talk a little bit
Oh.
about that?
Now, yakahaan the nigga clitless yes. Kini yo kata salonay.
Mm-hmm.
Yapo the nigga certain less yes. Has the clouds are delay. No one touch clakat on touch get out on. Yakahat but a blanco tida hot totally flat on and yakak el blanco.
Mm-hmm.
Was David Mushil Glenn.
Mm.
So he took some pictures.
Oh yeah. Okay. See, the reason that when you catch game and all the parts that you just discard from the moose that you're not going to use, you hang it up on the tree out of the way so that it wouldn't lie on the ground and rot, because it will give that place where you caught the moose bad luck, and it will also give the hunter bad luck if you don't treat it right. So that's the reason for hanging these parts on the trees and stuff.
I don't think there's any story or idea toward a tree by a person in a tree in a forest and a tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the narilla, I think,
Mm-hmm.
he got survived. The Canis got a taglioi. The ticket the narilla of
Mm-hmm.
the hang has yapa. The back hacket toch. At yakat saba is getting the chicken on Bahahula. Yakat 8 coon, Aras coon. Yakat saba yan. Hayaha had no that yakat. Saba asbaka had the spadi to coon hard no. Yakat saba gazah ahakun uhuda the cost. And saba the coon needs ag ahtar the teeth. Anok you aban land.
Mm-hmm.